Well, hey there, team. Welcome to day 3 masterclass, which is all about achieving anything. You're going to absolutely love this. Now, I was going to record a whole new masterclass on this series, but actually, the masterclass that I just recorded inside the Extreme Body Makeover program just the other night, I did it live for the members, was probably one of the best that I've ever taught. So rather than me reteaching it in this masterclass today, I actually thought that what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the two videos together. So this introduction that I am teaching you, and also and then the masterclass that I taught, I'm going to pull them together. And I'm going to allow you to watch the masterclass that I taught inside Extreme Body Makeover. So for those of you who aren't able to join the program, you're going to get like a little bit of the content from it, which is really good. But the exercise and the masterclass is super applicable to what I've been teaching you guys this week. And I really do think that you are going to absolutely love it. So I hope you enjoy the masterclass. It's gonna switch over next to me teaching the masterclass. I did it at night, so it is going to be a little darker. You will see. Enjoy it. Please let me know the light bulb moments that you have. Please let me know in the comments. Please let me know in posts inside the group what you enjoyed most about it. Even though I'm not live with you because these are pre-recorded, I am in the comments. So I actually pre-recorded these live because I'm going to be on vacation next week, but I am in the comments every single day and I love reading the comments, and I will be able to help you as well in the comments because I can't help you whenever I'm teaching. So let me know what your thoughts are. Enjoy this masterclass, and I will see you tomorrow for, let's see what tomorrow's is called. Have to pull up my notes because I can never remember what anything is. Tomorrow is called Eat the Frog. Eat the Frog. Can't believe I didn't remember what that one was. You're going to love tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow's called Eat the Frog. A lot of you are like, I know what that is all about. Some of you will be like, Eat the Frog? Are there frogs on the Sculpted Vegan plan? No frogs on the plan, but all will be revealed tomorrow. Okay, so enjoy this masterclass. I won't talk to you again at the end from here, and I will see you all tomorrow for Eat the Frog. Okay, take care now. Bye-bye. The reason why I've been able to be so successful in life, in bodybuilding, in business, in relationships, in horse riding, is because I have mastered the art of efficiency and I've mastered the art of time management. So I'm going to teach you the time management strategies that I use and that I have used for the last 12 years. I learned this, the time management strategy I'm going to teach you today. It's not mine, okay? It comes, well, it is mine and it's not mine. It was inspired by Stephen Covey. And it was also inspired by a woman called Alison Mitchell, who wrote a book called Time Management for Manic Mums. I think you can still buy that book on Amazon. I'm sure she wonders why every couple of months she has a massive flurry of sales, because I always promote the book and everybody always goes on to read it, to buy it on Amazon. So I'm sure she wonders why she gets a flurry of sales every so often. I must write to her and tell her, actually. But so I bought this book years ago whenever Jack was just born, and he's 12 now. I was trying to run a business that I had started that was doing very well, but it involved driving a lot of language people around. And I started this language business for kids, so my own kids could have languages. And then I found out I was pregnant with Jack. And so I continued to run the business. Then he was born and I was still trying to do the schedule and drive the staff around and look after my own kids. And they were homeschooled. And I was still trying to get them to their tennis lessons and get them, and cook dinner and do the laundry and clean the house, and with a newborn. And I had 4 children under the age of 5. And then we bought a television because we figured out what was doing it. It was a lack of television. So never had time to watch the television, mind you. But, my husband watched a lot of it. But anyway, I had 4 kids under 5, and I honestly nearly died. Not really, but I felt like I nearly died. There was one day I was desperately trying to get the kids out the door. And I remember, and I had, anyone who has young kids will relate to this. So you get one of them ready and you put their coat on and you put their shoes on, and then you go to the next one to get it ready and you get their coat and their shoes on, and you turn around to pick up the first one to put them in the car, and then you realize that they've taken their bloody coat off, right, on one shoe, and you're like, where's your other shoe? And so you run around and you get the shoe, and then now they're crying, I don't want the shoe on, and you manage to get the shoe on, you turn around to the one you fixed, and he's managed to get his coat off, and you put the coat back on, and then the baby starts to cry, and you think, right, put them in the car. So I picked up one and I put them in the car, and he's screaming, I don't want to go in the car. And then I managed to get the next one, and I don't take your shoes off, and I managed to get him in the car and strapped in, and now the baby's really screaming, and I'm stressed because the baby's screaming, the kid's there, and I had 4 kids under 5, and I'm trying to get their shoes on, and whatever. And then one of them, he undoes his seatbelt and he gets out of the car, and then he undoes his brother's seatbelt, and then he gets out of the car, and they all come back into the house, and I was just like, I just dropped to my knees, and I just started to bawl my eyes out in the middle of the hall. I literally just dropped to my knees in defeat, and I started to cry my eyes out because I was so stressed. I was so sleep deprived. I was trying to run a business, breastfeed a newborn, up several times a night, trying to run the house, trying to make dinner, trying to get the kids to mini active or fucking tennis lessons or whatever other extracurricular activities I decided to pile on the shit show that was my life. And I remember just kneeling on the floor in the hall and bawling my eyes out. And the kids all came around me and they were like, Mommy, are you okay? And they started patting me. You know, the kids are like patting me on the back. Mommy, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was just like, Mommy's okay. Mommy's all right in a minute. It's okay. And they were like, Mommy. And then one of them hugged me, and I felt like a piece of shit, and the baby's still crying. So I picked him up, and then he I popped him on the boob, and I'm sitting there feeling like it's just my life is so shit. And I said to the kids, you're not going to mini active today, which they were quite happy about. And I just thought to myself in that moment, this is not working. That my life is not working. I have to get a better system. There has to be a better way. And I had been to a talk. Alison Mitchell, the girl who wrote the book Time Management for Manic Mums, had come to speak at my cousin's wife. My cousins were very close family. So my cousin had 2 boys at the time, and they were at a school called Rockport, and Alison Mitchell came whenever she launched her book to do like a book tour, and she came to speak at the school. And Anna had asked me, did I want to go? And of course there was wine. So I was like, yes, if there's wine, I'll go. And this was like a year, 2 years previously, 3 years. And so we had to buy tickets to it. We bought tickets, and then there was wine, which was great. And then because whenever you're a young mother, anywhere in the evening with wine is fabulous, away from the children. So anyway, she'd given us a copy of this book, and I was like, yeah, I only had like 2 kids at the time. So I was like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I don't really need it, And so I put it in the bookshelf, forgot all about it. So this one day I was like, I got that book called Time Management for Manic Mums. I'm going to go and get it. I'm going to read it. So the next day I started reading that book. And from the first page, I was hooked because it was absolutely everything that I was going through. And everything this woman talked about made so much sense to me. My life was chaos. It was absolute chaos. And she taught me how to take back control. And at the end of it was like promises of facials and shopping trips, and like, you can have more time for these amazing things. I was like, I want facials and massages and shopping trips. Yes, please. So that was the start of me becoming a time management ninja. That was the start of me completely reorganizing my life, and everything changed after that. But the amazing thing was that I started my business. I started looking into the online world, the online marketing world. Shortly after that, I realized that I couldn't keep going with this business that I had grown. Started looking into the online marketing world after that. And I used the book to carve the time in my crazy life to find the time to start studying internet marketing. Now, I wasn't successful for 6 years after that. I tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed different businesses. But the most important thing is that I managed to find the time to fit in the practice, to fit in researching online. And the rest is history, because eventually I came across the idea for the Sculpted Vegan and started the company. And now, you all know how big the company is now. We're the largest online bodybuilding company in the world. We used to be the largest online vegan bodybuilding company, but we're actually now the largest online bodybuilding company with over 500,000 programs sold. So how is this anything to do with winning the big cash prize? If you tuned in late, you're probably like, what on earth is this woman talking about? I'm teaching you how to become a time management ninja, which is necessary to win the big cash prize. So here is what I did, and here is what I'm going to teach you today. Okay. So here is what I Here's what I think that you should do. Or here's what I'm going to teach you to do, okay? And I actually should post these in the groups. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to copy this and write it as a comment. So here's the first thing, because I don't want to put it on the screen. Number one, here is how you become a time management ninja. Do a brain dump. This is the first thing that I did, okay? And then I'm going to teach you how this relates to the program. The first thing you're going to do is a brain dump. Write down all the things that you want to accomplish and that are important to you. So by now in onboarding week, maybe you just joined recently, so you haven't had a chance to go through the materials. But if you have had a chance to go through the materials and you know you kind of have a rough plan in your head, you're going to put everything on the list, not just to do with this program, but everything in your life. All of those things you've been putting off. Clearing out your sock drawer, okay? Reorganizing one of your kids' bedrooms, calling your mother, or like anything you've been putting off, paying your tax bill, or sorting out the spare bedroom. All of those things that you have been putting off are going to go on this list. Everything, even if it's like fix the fridge door, fix the chip in the wall, in the wood, in the thing. You keep looking at it and think, I must fix that bloody thing. I must fix that bloody thing. Put it on the list. And then on the list is also going to go things like plan when I'm going to meal plan, read the PDFs, download the PDFs. Like every single step that you need to take is going to go on there. So, write to Sculpted Vegan and get them to resend me the link to the customer hub because I've lost it. Okay, that might be the first step. Download the PDFs, read the PDFs, make a food plan. And then whenever you sit down to make the food plan, you might go, oh, there's so many more steps to this than I thought. So those steps go on there as well. You're going to, if you think you're going to go to a gym, you need to research gyms. You need to speak to your husband about joining gym, if that's one of the things that goes on your list, right? Every single thing that you need to do is going to go on the list. Buy new training shoes, right? You need new training shoes for cardio. Research gym gear. Buy Cobra grips. Buy wrist supports. Anything that you think in your mind, oh yeah, I must get those. Oh yeah, I must do that. Oh, I must remember to do that. Everything goes on your brain dump. My first brain dump was pages and pages and pages long. And the goal of a brain dump is to get everything out of your brain and onto paper. Because see, when you get it out of your brain and you get it onto paper, it is the most amazing feeling. So that's your first step, right? You're gonna do a brain dump. Okay, step number 2. Now you are going to prioritize and I put it here in the comments, you're going to prioritize your list, right? You're going to make everything in the list either an A, B, C, or D. A's are the things that are super important. So things like you need to pay your electricity bill or it's going to get cut off. You need to fix the puncher on your car. You have a slow puncher in your car and you keep putting air in it. You need to take it and get it fixed, right? That's an A. A's are also send pay the bill online, pay the money to your kid's school for your grandkid's school for something, or do that, go and pick up that thing, that prescription at the chemist, right? That you promised, or the pharmacy that you promised that you would, pick up for your father or whatever, right? All of those things that are super important go in the A column. In the B column are the things that are not so important, okay? So those are the things that can wait a day or two. They're important, but they can wait a day or two, okay? So it's going to be things like, well, you're going to have to be meal prepping, so you have to clean out your fridge, right? That's going to be a B. Or you need to, maybe like an A would be making a shopping list, like actually looking down and figuring out what are you going to eat this week? Like making a meal plan for yourself. What are you going to eat? What are you going to make? Do you need to teach yourself MyFitnessPal? Do you need to download MyFitnessPal if you've decided to track your macros? All of these different things. So you need to figure out what's an A, what's a B, what's a C, what's a D. Now, C might be something really nice, like you want to have a facial, right? Nothing will happen if you don't have a facial, but it's something nice that you want to do for yourself, or you want to, book a pedicure, but you don't have an event coming up. Like if you had an event coming up this weekend, if this is Wednesday and you have an event on Saturday and you need to get a pedicure, well, that's going to go in the A list, okay? Because the event's on Saturday and it's now Wednesday, you need to get a pedicure pronto. But if you just want a pedicure for the sake of a pedicure, that might go on the C list, okay? And then the D list is things that really are just not important, okay? You shouldn't have very many things on your D because you're not going to have any time for D. So those will be things like, you know, download that show and watch the next episode of the show that you really enjoy. Or it could be, you know, phone your girlfriend for a gossip, right? Different things like that. They're going to go on the D list. So you're going to prioritize everything. Then you're going to prioritize the A's into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. The B's into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the C's. So you're going to prioritize everything in the list in the order that you're going to do them. Okay? And then you're going to move them into your diary. Now, I'm going to teach you something before you do that next step, okay? And this is something which is really, really, really important. If you're like, I don't know how I would actually prioritize this list because I don't know if this is an A or a B or a C or a D. I think this is an A, but it could be a B. I'm not quite sure. If you're like me in the beginning and you really looked at your list and you weren't very good at prioritizing based on value, I'm going to give you the most incredible matrix that you can use to figure out what is an A, what is a B, what is a C, and what is a D. Okay, you ready? Let me just pull it up here. So this is what I call my time management table. Now, you guys will have, some of you who've done programs before with me will have seen this. And this is literally going to change your life. So whenever you're figuring out your A's, your B's, and your C's, and your D's, you're going to put them into these different categories. A is urgent and important. Now, what is urgent and important? Paying your tax bill. You'll get a fine if you don't. Fix your slow puncher on your car. You won't be able to drive if it's not fixed. Taking your mom to the doctor. The appointment is tomorrow. So you have to take her to the doctor tomorrow. It could also be things like, you know, fixing the broken light in the kitchen. Because if you don't fix the broken light in the kitchen, you can't see whenever you're trying to cook. So that would go on the A list, okay? So A's are things which are urgent and important. Most of us spend our time here, most days, right? The second column is the B column. This is the not urgent but important column. Most of us spend very little time here. These are things that nothing will happen if you don't do them. No, there's no immediate consequence. There's no fine. There's nobody yelling at you. Nothing will happen if you don't do these. And this is the section where your dreams die. In this section are things like going to the gym, getting fit, working on your side hustle or your business, which will get you out of debt or get you off the breadline or get you having a better life with your family. You've been dreaming of providing a better life for your family, or maybe you want to travel more, right? It's always been a dream of yours to travel more. Maybe you want to learn languages, right? Maybe you want to have a date night with your spouse. Maybe your relationship hasn't been as great recently because you've been so busy, but you're just not prioritizing date night with them. These are this is literally the category that very few people spend time in, and this is where your dreams die. This is why you're fat. This is why you're unfit. This is why every single program you have tried before this one has failed you, because the people who created the programs were not time management ninjas like me. And they did not know how to teach you that your dreams are dying in the B column. And in order to bring those dreams to life, they have to go on your list and into your diary. And I'm going to teach you how to do that in a wee minute. Okay, C is urgent, but not important. This is where we spend the second most amount of time. In fact, I would say This is where we spend the most amount of time, because in the urgent and important column, there's usually not very many things in the urgent and important column. You normally only have maybe 1 to 3, 1 to 4 per day, I would say. And they're usually pretty efficient to be able to do. The urgent but not important column is where most of us spend our time. What is urgent but not important? Well, you know, whenever the phone rings, it goes bzz, 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 because whoever actually has their phone on like ringer anymore. Like if you ever hear a phone ring, it's like, and you're like, holy shit, like everyone's like jumping around because no one's used to hearing a phone ring anymore. But my phone goes bzz, 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 bzz. Now, if I'm sitting here working away deep in work and my phone starts buzzing, how hard is it to ignore it? Very bloody hard. So I pick it up and look at it. Who is it? It's my daughter. I know that 99 times out of 100, she's just phoning to ask me an idle question. But this might be the one time that it's an important question. Maybe she's stranded somewhere. Maybe she's broken a leg or died. Hello? And she's like, hi, Mom. Yes. So I was thinking this weekend, could we go to Hazeldean with the horses? Because whatever. And I'm like, Maya, yeah. And I'm thinking, no, Kim, you're working. Don't get drawn away. Keep working. But she's my daughter, and I want to answer her question. And I go, so yeah, maybe, yeah, but sure, we can look at it, whatever. And suddenly I'm drawn into a conversation. Okay. And then 10, 15 minutes later, I'm like, Maya, I have to go. I'm right in the middle of something. Set it down. Oh, I've lost my workflow. The phone ringing, WhatsApp dinging. Like I'm here working away and my WhatsApp's open. Bing, bing. My WhatsApp's, I have to turn my phone on to do not disturb. And then and I have to close all my apps, close my email, close my WhatsApp, close my office door. Because when I'm in the office, everyone, which leads me to the next one. Sorry, team, you know I love you, but it is true. Everyone stops by my door. Have you got 2 minutes? Have you got 2 minutes? Can I ask you a question? And I'm like, well, they wouldn't be asking if it's not important. So I'm like, sure. And so I took around, and then the next thing I'm drawn in, and they're asking me the question. I ask them another question. And the next thing, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes later, we're in the full throes of a conversation. Laura's crying on the couch. She's like talking about her traumatic childhood memory that has caused her to be upset about something at work. And I'm like giving her a full therapy session. Work is gone. Do you know what I mean? So this is where most of us spend our time. Scrolling TikTok. Like I find myself doing it too, scrolling these Facebook posts, and I'm like, I really need to stop. I need to not do this. I'm like, and I can't draw myself away because it's so addictive. The scrolling is so addictive. But most of us spend our time here. Urgent, but not important. It's dinging, it's ringing. Someone's coming into your office to talk to you about something which is important to them, but maybe it's not important to you. Urgent, but not important. It's urgent because it's urgent to them, or it sounds urgent, or it looks urgent, or it appears urgent. But here is the distinction. It's not urgent to you. It's only urgent to them. So we have to get really good at not making things urgent to us. Okay, the last column is not urgent, not important. Watching Netflix, gossiping with your girlfriend on the phone, scrolling Facebook or TikTok idly, all of these things, not urgent, not important. Okay. Anytime you spend time on, watching Netflix is good. Don't get me wrong. If you're into a really good series and, you're loving it or whatever, then absolutely you should be watching it, but you shouldn't be binge watching it whenever you should be meal prepping and doing your cardio and going to the gym. Use these kinds of things in the D column as rewards for yourself whenever you have accomplished everything else. So what you're going to do after you have done your brain dump, you're going to separate everything into A, B, C, or D based on this matrix. So everything in the B column, these are the things to do with this program. Nothing will happen if you don't do this program. Nothing will happen if you don't read the PDFs. Nothing will happen if you don't watch the replays of the coaching calls. Nothing will happen if you don't go to the gym. We are not coming to find you. We're not holding you accountable. We're not standing waiting for you in the gym. It's up to you to make this program work. And this is how you're going to do it. So you are going to write down everything to do with this program that you still haven't done. And you're going to list them all in the B column, right? And then you're going to see, do you have any C's left? And hopefully you shouldn't. You might be looking at your C's differently now. You're like, yeah, no, C's and D's. There's no room for C's and D's in there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take out your diary and you are going to start to transfer all of the different tasks on your to-do list into your diary. So let me just see if I have written that as the next step. Yes, okay. You're going to transfer everything into your diary, but you're not going to transfer it all into one day because you're not going to get everything done in one day. You're going to look at your diary and look at everything you have in your diary. And I'm going to teach you diary management in just a second. But you're going to look at your diary. You're going to look at everything you have in your diary, and you're going to decide when you're going to do the things. Maybe there was a couple of coaching calls that you missed this week, and you keep telling yourself, oh yeah, I'll catch up with them. Oh yeah, I'll make time to do them. You won't. You won't. 99% of you won't. Whenever I need to do something or catch up with something, I go to my diary, well, my online diary, which I'm going to show you now, and I look for a space and I schedule it in to the space. That's what I do. And that is how things get done, because I put them in the diary at that time. And then whenever I check my diary, I go, oh, I'm supposed to be listening to that coaching call now. And so I take out the coaching call, or I do cardio and coaching call. So I go, right, okay, I'm going to do an hour's cardio at that time, and I'm going to listen to the coaching call while I'm doing it. Oh, I'm traveling for an hour during that time, so I'm going to listen to the coaching call while I'm traveling. Or every morning this week, as I'm driving to work, which is a 30-minute drive, I'm going to listen to half of the coaching call there and half of the coaching call on the way home. So you get into the car, you put your phone on Do Not Disturb, so no one can ring you when you're driving. You turn on the coaching call audio and you drive and listen to the coaching call. And you do 30 minutes there and 30 minutes on the way back. And that's how you catch up on your coaching calls. You have to become really, really, really good at diary management. So here's what I'm going to recommend for you guys, okay? What you need to do is you need to put into your calendar all of the things that you have to do for this program. But here's where you start. You put in, if you've never used to having an online calendar, you first put in all of the things that are non-negotiables, all the things that are non-negotiables every day. Like if you saw my calendar has, like, I'll go back to it here. My calendar, all my training in here, right? Boys training with Mark, Kim and boys training with Mark, Kim training with Mark, Kim training with Mark, content shooting with Ryan. So all of the stuff that I like, that my training goes in here every single day. If I go forward, look, weeks and weeks, Kim at home is in here every single day. See the training? It's in here. And my dressage lessons, my jumping lessons, and Maya's Shroth, I could go right forward to, let me see, September 12th. And look, in September 12th, all of these non-negotiables are in here. So what you have to do is you have to put in your non-negotiables. So let's say you work from 9 to 5, right? So you're going to put in work and you're going to make it, let's say, green. So, and that's from 9 to 5, right? Nothing really can be done from work. You work Monday to Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so now you have, oh shit, I need to undo this calendar. Oh, I need to create a new calendar. Oh, won't let me do this. Other calendars. I wonder, can I add a new one here? Create a new calendar. Test. I'll call it. I didn't actually plan to do this tonight, so this is why I'm having a wee. Here we go. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's do this. Let's go into here. Let's move it into work, or let's move it into test, save, and then let's take this one off. There we are. Okay, so let's go into next week, actually. So work every day, 9 to 5. So then you're going to say, right, well, I need to go to the gym. So when am I going to go to the gym? I have to go to the gym 5 days a week. I can go on a Saturday and a Sunday. Okay, so that's for sure. I would rather do that, and then, or maybe I think I want Sunday off actually. So, and I like to have a lie-in on the Saturday morning. So, but I'm going to be in the gym, or I'm going to do my workout, or I'm going to do my training every Saturday at between 9 and 10. Now, when am I going to do my gym on a Monday? And then you try on, oh, do I really want to do it in the evening? Or would I prefer to get up early in the morning? And you're like, oh, I think I'd rather get out of the way because I've stuff to do in the evening. So you go, okay, well, what if I was in the gym for 7 a.m.? So you're going to put in gym, or say getting up, or if this is you training from home, you're going to put in training from home, right? And you're like, could I do gym? And you're like, yeah, I could do gym on a Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So you're like, great, let's do this. So does not repeat, custom, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to do gym. Great, gym's in. Okay, so I'm going to go to the gym between 7 and 8. And that's going to give me, enough time between 8 and 9 to have a shower in the gym. And let's put that in there. Shower and drive to work. You'll know what your own schedule is, right? So we'll put that in as yellow. And that's going to be every weekday, Monday to Friday. Okay, so you're like, oh, it's starting to take place. Right, excellent. So then you think, well, I have to fit in some cardio. So when am I going to fit in some cardio? And you're like, well, I have to leave for the gym at 6:30. I have to do 30 minutes of cardio. I would need to be on the treadmill by 5:30 really to get that done. Or, doing my cardio, doing Laura's workout or whatever. And this is for those of you who are doing a lean build or a lean build. You're thinking, well, I'm going to have to do cardio from 5:30 till 6. So I need to be on the treadmill every day, Monday to every weekday, Monday to Friday. So you're like, okay, I'm going to do cardio every weekday, Monday to Friday. But, I can actually do cardio a little bit later on a Wednesday because I'm not going to go to the gym on Wednesday. So I can do cardio from 7 to 7:30. So I'm going to put that in there. Brilliant. You're like, excellent. Okay. And then I can, move this to here and I can make that a wee bit longer. Great. Wednesday, I've got a wee bit more time. So I can get a slight lie-in on a Wednesday. So you're like, okay, so cardio is till 6 a.m. And then I have 30 minutes to eat breakfast and leave for gym. So I may as well put it in there, right? Nothing to lose by putting it in there. And that repeats every weekday, Monday to Friday. Great. Excellent. Now you're like, this is really working out. Okay, so that means by the time I get home from work, I've done my cardio and I've done my gym training and I'm home dry. I've literally got the evenings to myself. So you can be like, what am I going to do in the evenings? And that's where you start putting in all of the other B things on your list. And you're like, well, what if on Monday, I'm usually quite tired, so I'm not going to put anything in on a Monday. But what if on a Tuesday, so you have to obviously cook dinner, or no, you don't have to, well, maybe you don't have to cook dinner or whatever, but let's just put in dinner, drive and dinner, because that's going to happen every night. Maybe you're cooking for your family, and that's maybe going to take you from 5 until 7. And we'll do that that starts on here, and we'll do that every night, and we'll give that a gray color, and it repeats every weekday, Monday to Friday. I know this is tedious, but stay with me. So every night, drive and dinner. Okay. And then you're like, okay, so I know I'm going to be knackered in the evening, and we're going to want to do anything, but what if I worked on my what if I worked on my side hustle on a Tuesday, right? For 1 hour on a Tuesday on site. That's going to move me further forward than no hours, isn't it? So I'm going to schedule in 1 hour to work on my side hustle every Tuesday. And I'm going to repeat that every Tuesday. And then Thursday, maybe I don't need to do dinner because I am going to organize a date night with my sweetheart every Thursday. So we'll put that in there, and then we'll put in date night. Let's do it, baby. And you say to your other half, do you want to do date night on a Thursday? And he's like, yeah, of course I do. So you're going to put that in from 6 until 8. You can't really stay out any later because you need to be in bed to be up at 5:30. but you're going to make time to have date night with your spouse. And then you're thinking about, well, when am I going to meal prep? Okay, well, I'm going to do the gym 9 to 10. I could probably go grocery shopping directly after the gym. So every Saturday, I'm going to go grocery shopping. I'm going to make that green. That'll probably take me about 2 hours. It's not going to take me any more than 2 hours. But you're like, when am I going to plan? Oh, shit, right. When am I going to sit down and plan what I'm going to eat the next week? Because that's really, really important. Do I want to do it in the morning on a Saturday before I go to the gym? No. Friday night, I'm going to be knackered. Okay, Wednesday, I haven't been up that late. So I'm going to put in meal planning on a Wednesday night. I'm going to put it in here at this time. You're looking, going, right, great. Okay, got meal planning and grocery shopping. Okay, and you're looking at, you're going, Saturday. Do I want to meal prep on a Saturday? I mean, I know for me, I like to have one full day of doing nothing, like where I just spend time with my family, catch up on sleep, just a day of doing nothing. So I like to keep Sunday free if I can. So I would rather work hard on a Saturday and do my meal prepping in the afternoon. You're like, okay, if I'm home by 12 and I know what I'm cooking for the week, or I know what I'm assembling, I'm going to do meal prep on a Saturday. And I'm going to reckon it's going to take me 4 hours, but I'm going to have fun doing it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put in from 1 until 4 p.m. on a Saturday, meal prep. Great. And that's going to give me from Saturday at 4 p.m. off, and it's going to give me all of Sunday off. And look, suddenly here is your calendar. Suddenly your life is organized. Suddenly your life is here. And all you have to do is go, oh, what time am I doing this? What time am I doing it? And obviously this is a very simplistic, way of looking at it. This isn't what, so your calendar would look like if you have appointments or you have other things in here that you have to do or whatever. Then you would have to, but then you look at and you go, like, whenever I have to make an appointment, I look at my calendar, or someone wants a meeting with me, I have to look at my calendar and go, where am I going to put it in? And sometimes my calendar is so incredibly full that it's impossible to fit things in. I have to have meetings when I'm driving. I have to get up super early in the morning and have meetings. I have to squeeze them in at different times. Like, I have to have a meeting tonight at 9 p.m. because there was no other time to fit it in. And so you just have to do the hard thing. But the problem is many of us just aren't used to doing the hard thing is the issue. But whenever you put in the important stuff here, whenever you do diary management like this, it's an absolute game changer, because this becomes your point of reference. And then anytime, but whenever you organize everything into your A's, your B's, your C's, and your D's, then your A's are the things that they're always going to get done, because they're in your calendar. And then I actually keep, everyone in my office uses a physical diary. And I will also put things in that's where I'll do my brain dump, and then I separate everything into A, B, C, and D. Well, I don't do it anymore because I have Natalie to organize my life now, and Laura. They just organize my entire life for me, which is wonderful. So, but whenever I was doing this all myself, everything in my diary, when I wrote it all down, and then I would decide when I was going to do that thing. If I had to go to the post office, I would look at my calendar and I would say, okay, I'm going to go to the post office on Friday, and I would write in, go to post office to post such and such, because I knew that it could wait till Friday. Or I was going to be out and about on Friday. And so it made more sense for me to go on a Friday. So once you have your life organized this way, completing the program will be easy, because it's just about taking the next step. It's the next step and the next step and the next step and the next step. And if you ever feel overwhelmed and you feel like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, I don't have any time, I really wanted to read that, I wanted to catch up with that coaching call, you just go, oh, I have a coaching call to catch up on. Didn't make it to the live. So when am I going to catch up on that coaching call? And you go to your calendar and you look for the time. Oh, when am I going to do? Oh, Saturday morning at 7 a.m. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to lie in bed with a cup of coffee, and I'm going to do my cardio, and I'm going to listen to the coaching call. But if you don't write it down, it won't happen. You have to write it down. You have to schedule it. You have to get it on the calendar, and then it will happen. And then whenever you get to the shred portion of this program, where it's going to become more intense because there's more cardio and there's more prepping and more planning, you're not going to struggle because you're going to be able to just refine your system. You're going to be able to look at your current system. If you start doing this now, when you get to the shred portion in 12 weeks, you're going to be able to look at your system and move things around and reprioritize based on what you have to do in that part. If you nail this now. So what do you think, guys? I'm really sorry. It's actually gone to 8 o'clock already here, 8 p.m. I said I was going to take questions, but I really have run out of time. I haven't checked any of the comments whatsoever. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Yeah, you guys all seem to have enjoyed it, which is wonderful. You're all saying some of you are actually really into the this is why you're actually, a lot of you have started doing this who were in our previous programs. You started doing this in the previous programs because I taught this on how to fit it in the really intense shreds where there was loads of cardio. A lot of the members started using it and they said it absolutely changed their life. So just remember, we all have the same amount of hours during the day, but if you want to be successful, and if you can teach yourself this for a bodybuilding program, you can teach yourself this in any area of your life, and you will genuinely find that your life will transform if you just take hold of it and really figure out how to make it work for you. And remember that the job will expand to fit the time available for its completion. So if you only give yourself a short window to complete the job and you stay hyper focused and you utilize the do not disturb button on your phone, because that is genuinely the best button that is on your phone, and you utilize or you learn how to use the do not disturb button, you will keep your focus and you'll get so much more done. I have to be so disciplined with my phone. In the mornings, what I do is I put my phone on do not disturb, and then I pick it up periodically to check and answer my messages, and then I put it back on do not disturb again. And I do that whenever I'm working in the office as well. I just put everything on do not disturb because otherwise I just don't get anything done. So it was really a time management masterclass. It wasn't really a masterclass on how to win the big cash prize, but winning the big cash prize or winning one of the big cash prizes will actually be an effect of learning a skill such as this. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I would love to know in the group, we're going to post this video in the group, and I would love to know either just in a post or under the video that we post, what was your biggest takeaway? What did you enjoy the most about it? What would you love to know more about? What, any questions that you have, more than happy to answer them. As you know, my team are very attentive. I'm very attentive. We're all there for you. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed these last couple of weeks of onboarding, and as much as we've enjoyed teaching you, hopefully enjoy this masterclass, and I'll catch up with you all very, very soon. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I didn't get time for questions, but I will answer any of them in the group. Okay. Love you all loads. Take care. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.